Alright everyone, welcome to another RFC Reviews. I'm your host Diecast, and today we have Transformers Generation Studio Series Bumblebee. And of course this is their first figure in the Studio Series line. He is a deluxe class, and on the back you have some product shots of Bumblebee in his old school Camaro look from the original movie. You have the other wave mates. You have the display backdrop included, which we'll take out of the box. You have a clear window here, which goes into that backdrop. Have a nice picture. Well, kind of nice. Not really my cup of tea of Bumblebee, but yeah, he looks very... I don't know, it's just a weird piece of art. He's really skinny in this. Not like the toy on the bottom, you just get your UPC. On the side you get another close-up of Bumblebee's face. And let's go ahead and pull out the display stand. And there are the instructions. And this display stand can just unfold. We'll take Bumblebee here and put him on his stand. And again, it looks pretty nice. You got Transformers, Generations, Studio Series 01. My problem is if you're going to collect a lot of these, you're not going to have room for the display stands. But it's nice. Oh, stand up there, Bumblebee. That is one of the problems on my copy. This one leg is a little bit loose, and it'll just fall down. It can be fixed with floor polish, but this is a toy for kids, so I don't expect kids to fix this with floor polish. The other leg is not as bad. You can see it doesn't fall like this one. But he is just a little bit hard to stand because of that. But other than that, I think he's a pretty nice Bumblebee. He is a heavy remold of the Age of Extinction Bumblebee from Wave 3. And you can see the Wave 3 Bumblebee is just a tad taller than what you get here with the Studio Series Bumblebee, but I just believe that's because of the way they use the parts. There are a couple shared pieces I have found, one of them being the feet. These feet are exactly the same, although Bumblebee Studio Series are painted where these are straight gray. Also, these had a problem of not really tabbing in that well. Of course, now it's being alright, but yeah, so this Bumblebee was not very good. I was not happy with him. I'm glad to say I'm much happier with this Bumblebee. One of the things being is the arm cannon. You can see the movie Bumblebee has a lot more paint on it, which is good since the prices have gone up on the Studio Series figure. But this one on the Wave 3, the Last Night toy, you actually had to pop it off, pop his arm off at the mushroom peg right here to make it work. Pop this back on. Which was not ideal, and I think was not acceptable for a kid's toy, but that's what you kind of had to do. And then on the new one, and again, oh, this toy's so bad. Just stand up. On the new one, you can actually pop it off right there, and there is this hexagon port and this hexagon hole to slide that into. Just like that. And it's also on, I believe, the correct arm, as opposed to this one, which was made for the other arm. So I do like this option with this cannon a lot better than popping it off at the mushroom peg. So definitely much better job on this guy. And again, articulation, his head is on a ball joint. You can look up about that much, down not too much. The arms are on a ball joint, so you can get a full 360 out of it. Just have to watch the doors and the wheels on the back. Do get a single jointed elbow, which gets you about 90 degrees. You get a swivel at the elbow. The wrists do go in and out due to transformation. You do get a waist swivel. You get ball joints at the hips, go up, back. Backpack does get in the way a little bit. And then the ankles the feet can go forward and backward. You do get almost 90 degrees or about 90 degrees at the knee, and no ankle tiltage. So there you have articulation for this guy. And again, getting him to stand too can be a little bit of an issue, but not as much as him. He's terrible. I think they definitely did a better job on this mold. And oops, it's so hard to tell. Yeah, I think those feet are exactly the same, if not just a tad smaller. It's really hard to tell with the feet on this guy. But yeah, that's a quick look. Let's even extend these feet just to give it a little bit better look. I mean, the tab is different on the inside of the foot, so this may not even be a remold. It may be, or it may not be a shared piece. It may just be very close to being the same thing. Because I can't help but feel this one looks a little bit bigger. So it could possibly be this is just shared engineering and an entirely new mold. So let's go ahead and lower down the camera just a tad. And we'll get into transformation on this guy. So again, there is, forgot to mention, there is storage for his gun if you want, or his blaster. It just plugs in the port right on the back. So storage options, yay. And then to get this guy transformed, first thing we're going to do is we're going to start working on these legs. Just undo these feet. Drop them down, and then you're going to want to rotate this up about that far on both sides. That way he's doing like a really weird yoga pose. And then on the back here, you're going to come around and lift up the back windshield to the car. And then we'll turn this a little bit. Push this forward a little bit, turn this a little bit, because they kind of got to be done at the same time. Once you get so far, you can even start rotating up the front of his leg. So, clip that in, rotate that up, and then you'll see this foot just kind of pops in there, and we'll tab in right on the back of the thigh right there. So that's one leg all done. And you can do the same thing on this side. Rotate this around. Start bringing this piece up. Get this clipped in. Bring this down and clip in sure this is all straight. And then clip that in. And then on these back leg panels, you can just start to bring these back, and they will tab in right there to fill in the rest of the quarter panel. Same thing on this side. Put that out, rotate it around, work that up, tab that in. Now you can start to tab in the legs together, and then what we'll do is we'll bring out the top of the car and the windshield, get that all out of the way, and then we'll fold this section down just like that. And as we fold that down, we can bring these side pieces up, make sure they tab in to the door panels right there. Then come up to the front bumper, flip that down, rotate these headlights so they're square. And the grille at the center, the front of the car will pop over just like that. And come back to here and just get this all tabbed in. Tab it in, tab it in. And the top post will tab into the feet. So he tabs in car mode in a lot of places. Really secure car mode. Flip these hands in and then bring these arms up. Close these wheel panels. And then bring these to the inside. And there's going to be a tab right there that just slots in on the side there, just like that. Do the same thing on this side, bring this up, rotate that around, flipping the fist, rotate his arm around, make sure this panel's closed up with the front wheel, and then just tab that in, and check to make everything sure. Make sure everything is pegged in together, and it is. There are a little bit of gap issues, just especially like right here. It doesn't really fit, you know, too flush, but there you go. There you have the car. Again, I think it's a very nice representation of the old school Camaro. You have some exhaust picked out here. Of course, the yellow does not match. The door is different because it's on clear plastic, so anything that's clear plastic, I mean, I think we expect the yellow not to match at this point, which is, it's sad, but it's just the way it is. You got some headlights picked out there, the grille's picked out, a lot of paint, stripes are painted, of course. Again, taillights painted, really nice looking car, and it does roll very well. You got some gray rims right there with black tires. So again, really nice Bumblebee, and we'll get him transformed for a comparison. Alright, so here you have new Bumblebee and old Bumblebee next to each other, and yeah, I think they look pretty good. This should probably actually be bigger than the original or the newer Camaro, but they're not too bad. You can see this Bumblebee is just a little bit shorter the older Camaro, so it is downsized just a tad. But there you go. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Hopefully we'll have another studio series up. Let me know in the comments down below if you like the review. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.